The Tale of the Princess Leopard. There once lived a widowed woman named Ayana who had 3 sons. These sons were very much attached to their mother and always tried to please her. She eventually grew very old and feeble. The 3 sons began to think what they could do to give her great pleasure. The eldest Kamal promised that when she was dead, he would carve a fine sepulchre in stone for her. The second son, Chinasa, said he would make a beautiful coffin. The youngest Okoro said, "I will go and get the tail of the Princess Leopard and put it in the coffin with her." This promise was by far the hardest one to keep. Okoro had a special gift. He was born with a grey birthmark in his hair, which protected him from harm. Soon after this, their mother died. The youngest son, Okoro, immediately set out on his search, not knowing in the least where he would be likely to find the tail. He traveled for 3 weeks, and at the end of that time he came to a little village. There he met an old woman by the name of Yihana, who seemed very much surprised to see him. She said no human creature had ever been there before. Okoro told the tale of his search for the Princess Leopard. Yihana revealed that her village was the home of all the leopards, and the princess slept there every night. But she warned him that if the animals saw him, they would kill him. The young man begged her to hide him, which she did, in a great pile of wood. Yihana also told him that when the leopards were all asleep, he must get up and go to the eastern corner. There he would find the princess. He must walk boldly over, cut off the tail, and return in the same manner. If he were to walk stealthily, the leopards would wake and seize him. The animals returned as it was growing dark. They said at once that they smelled a human being. The old woman assured them that they were mistaken. Their supper was ready, so they ate it and went to bed. In the middle of the night, the young man got up and walked boldly across to where the princess slept. He cut off the tail and returned as he had come. He then started for home, carrying the tail very carefully. When daylight came, the leopards awoke. One said he had dreamed that the princess's tail was stolen. The others beat him for thinking such a thing. A second said he also had had the dream, and he also was beaten. The wisest of the leopards then suggested that they might do well to go and see if the dream were true. This they did. They found the princess fast asleep and quite ignorant of the loss of her tail. They wakened her and all started off in search of the young man. They traveled so quickly that in a few hours they came in sight of him. He was afraid when they chased after him. When the leopards were getting closer, he immediately thought, "What shall I do?" He looked around and decided to climb the highest baobab tree, which blocked sight of the leopards. The pursuers stopped, looked around, and picked up the scent of a herd of gazelles, redirected their focus, and chased the herd. After catching a gazelle, the leap of leopards feasted on their fresh kill and for a time forgot about their previous prey. All the while, Okoro was observing from his perch, safely hidden by the leaves of the baobab tree. The leopards lost his scent and decided to continue their search further down the road. When they were almost out of sight, Okoro climbed down the tree and proceeded to run toward home in the opposite direction. To his detriment, the leopards picked up his scent again and quickly turned around in pursuit. Again, the young man thought, "What shall I do?" Looking around for something to distract his pursuers, he spied a bright glowing corn cob sticking out of the ground. He ran over to it, dug a hole, and planted it in the ground. He instantly heard the ground rumble, and the corn cob immediately grew into a large field of maize. The leopards ate their way through the maze, but when they arrived at the other side, they found that Okoro had reached home. So they had to give up the chase and return to their village. The princess, however, refused to do so, saying, "I will return when I have punished this impudent fellow." The leopard princess Adesina changed herself into a very beautiful maiden, and taking a calabash symbol in her hand, approached the village. All the people came out to admire this lovely woman. She had it proclaimed through the village that whoever succeeded in shooting an arrow at the symbol should have her for a bride. The young men all tried and failed. An old man standing by said, "If only Okoro were here, he could hit the symbol." "Then Okoro is the man I will marry," replied the maiden, "whether he hit the symbol or not." Okoro was quickly fetched from the field where he was plowing and told of his good luck. He, however, was not at all delighted to hear of it, as he suspected the maiden of some trick. However, he came and shot an arrow which struck the center of the symbol. The Princess Adesina and he were accordingly married. She was all the time preparing to punish him. The night following their marriage, she turned into a leopard, while Okoro was asleep. She then prepared to kill him, but Okoro awoke in time. He turned into a grass mat, lying on the bed, and the princess could not find him. She was most annoyed, and next morning asked him where he had been all night. "While you were a leopard, I was the mat you lay on," replied Okoro. The princess took all the mats from the bed and burned them. Next night, the princess again became a leopard and prepared to kill her husband. This time Okoro changed himself into a needle, and his wife could not find him. She again asked him in the morning where he had been. Next day Okoro was going again to his farm to plow a field. He told his wife to bring him some food to the resting place. This time she had fairly made up her mind that he should not escape. When he received his food, she said, "Now lay your head in my lap and sleep." Okoro did as she bid. As soon as he was asleep, she took a knife and shaved the grey birthmark out of his hair and threw it into a great fire which she had prepared. Okoro awoke to find her a leopard once more. In great fear he touched his hair and felt a bald patch where his birthmark used to be. He cried out, "What am I to do?" The answer he received came from the flames. "I am burning, I am burning, I am burning." Okoro called again for help, and the burning hair replied, "Lift up your arms as if you were flying." He did so and turned into a hawk. He flew away and was never seen again.
Thank you for watching African and African American folktales. Please like this video, ring the notification bell, and consider becoming a subscriber. Your comments provide feedback that help us create entertaining content for your enjoyment.